Tonight, Troy raises tuition. Find out more.
Plus, learn about how Girls State participants are campaigning. Stay tuned, Troy TrojanVision Nightly News starts now.
From the high-definition digital production center on the Troy campus, with news from Troy University locations around the world, this is Troy TrojanVision Nightly News.
Hello and welcome to Troy TrojanVision Nightly News for June 12, 2012. I'm Christina Cook.
And I am Bailey Majors. Thank you for joining us this evening. Troy University students will be paying a little bit more to go to school starting in the fall, Troy announced yesterday. The university will increase undergraduate tuition from $235 to $204 per credit hour, and graduate tuition from $290 to $307 per credit hour. The general student fee will increase from $28 to $32 per credit hour, and the dining dollars charged by commuter students on the Troy campus will increase from $200 to $250 a semester. In addition, the university is increasing costs for on-campus housing, raising the semester cost of traditional dorm-style rooms from $1,350 to $1,420 a semester. Meal plans will increase from $1,465 to $1,553 per semester. The changes will go into effect starting fall 2012.
Troy University will soon have a new master's degree in accounting. The accounting degree was one of the 2 graduate programs approved by the Alabama Commission of Higher Education last Friday. Jeffrey Lewis gives us a look at the new program degree.
Friday, the Alabama Commission of Higher Education approved the Master's in Accounting for Troy University. The Director of Accountancy believes that this program will give students a better understanding of what's to come in their career.
Well, I think it is a better program for our students. It gives them this broader, deeper knowledge base, as I mentioned earlier, for our accounting students. And I think our alumni will appreciate that our students have this, because it is a better accounting program.
Bringing a new program to Biv Graves was not an easy one. The Director of Accounting had to prove why this degree was worth pursuing.
Well, we had to send a proposal to the Alabama Commission on Higher Education, which was a lengthy proposal, and we had to explain to them why we needed this program and why it is a better program for our students, because they have to approve all programs in higher education, and they don't typically like to have too many of the same programs in the state.
Students participating in this program will have one advantage that people studying at larger universities will not. Faculty interactions is something that students can take advantage of while studying at Troy.
We feel that at Troy University we have a closer interaction between faculty and students. And often students have difficulties in a class and they need that extra attention, and they feel very comfortable going to our faculty here at Troy. Whereas some of the larger universities, it's a little bit more difficult to get in and see a faculty member.
The main goal of this program will be to make sure graduates are prepared to be successful accountants. Yes,
we hope that our students leave here to be excellent CPAs and have very successful careers in accounting, and that's what we hope we prepare them for, and that's our goal in preparing our students for a successful accounting career.
Jeffrey Lewis, Troy TrojanVision News.
In addition to the accounting masters, the commission approved a master's in strategic communication and 2 new bachelor programs for the university.
During their stay at Girls State, participants have been learning about leadership and government, and another lesson the delegates have been learning about is campaigning. With 2012 being an election year, Troy residents are bound to see campaign signs across the city. And all this week at Troy University, the Girls State participants are doing a little campaigning of their own as they get ready for elections at the end of the week.
There are pictures of everyone all over the wall. A bunch of girls didn't go to bed till 1:30 because they were out campaigning, and the posters are outrageously amazing.
I love how everybody's campaigning, and I think it's really cool, and I don't know, I like to see everybody's different poster ideas.
And everyone's posters are great. We have catchy sayings.
The participants are campaigning long and hard to get votes from their fellow delegates. Some of the girls say that it's important to make an impression on others while campaigning.
Some people can campaign and just walk around and talk to people. It's just being a personable person and not just who has the fancy and flashiest poster and who says the coolest stuff.
I've just been going around introducing myself just to everyone. You want to meet as many people as you can.
I've made signs that are huge, like bright pink signs, and I've made little goodie bags to hand out.
Reach out to everybody and try to be as personable as you can.
And with a variety of electoral positions available at Girls State, the girls are able to select one of several positions to run and campaign for.
I'm running for Lieutenant Governor.
I'm running for Circuit Judge.
I'm running for Commissioner of Agriculture.
I'm running for County Sheriff.
And what were some of the reasons the girls said campaigning was an important part of an election?
It's important to campaign because you want your face, your name to be spread out all over the campus to as many girls as you can.
There's so many girls here and so many representatives that you have no idea who's running for what. By getting your name out there, it makes you so memorable.
The Girls State election will be at the end of the week. The program will run throughout the week and conclude on Friday.
And now taking a look at news from around the state. In Montgomery, authorities have left a home hours after they stormed the scene, firing tear gas and sending a tactical team on forays inside the house as they search for the man charged with fatally shooting 3 people near Auburn University, including 2 former football players. Officers left around 2:25 this morning after spending the night at the house where they believe Desmonte Leonard may be hiding.
And in Birmingham, more storms are possible as crews clean up widespread damage across the state. The storms left thousands of people without electricity. Alabama says about 39,000 homes and businesses are without electricity. That's down from a high of about 130,000.
And in Mobile, federal judge has fined the former owner of a Birmingham specialty pharmacy $175 million for making illegal payments for referrals of lucrative hypomia patients on Alabama Medicaid. Authorities say Jeff Vernon also has been offered to serve 6 months in a halfway house.
Still to come on TrojanVision Nightly News, a few teams have punched 3 tickets to Omaha. Justin Carroll will be in next in sports with all the details.
But first, 2 key witnesses come forward as the Sandusky trial heats up. We'll have that and more after the break.
In Bellefonte, Pennsylvania, 2 key witnesses take the stand in the trial of Jerry Sandusky. We'll have that story coming up.
I'm lucky. Let me help you with that. I get to do something I love. It has nothing to do with touchdowns or titles. Everybody bring it in. I get to play a part in the life of someone just starting out. How many of you think homework is just as important as teamwork? I help keep kids in school. Good. And that's the name of the game. My name is LaDainian Thomason. I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer. Live United.
Over the course of time, Troy has consistently turned out quality graduates.
We're trying to develop future leaders.
If it had not been for Troy University, I would have never had the honor of being the Alabama Teacher of the Year.
We want to educate the mind to think, the heart to feel, the body to act. And we do that within the framework of one real university.
Troy University, in class, online, within reach. Troy.edu.
From the high-definition digital production studios of Troy University, you're watching the award-winning TrojanVision Nightly News.
And now for a look at what's happening across the nation and around the world, we'll go to Christina Cook at the Global News Desk. Christina?
Thank you, Bailey. The prosecution called 2 key witnesses today in the sexual abuse case against former Penn State assistant coach Jerry Sandusky. An 18-year-old man choked back tears as he recounted the years of abuse. This afternoon, Sandusky's former colleague Mike McQuarrie took the stand. Manuel Gallegos has the latest from the courthouse in Bellefonte, Pennsylvania.
Former assistant football coach Mike McQuarrie told jurors he saw Jerry Sandusky with a young boy in a shower on the Penn State campus in 2001. He testified Sandusky was standing behind the boy, who appeared to be 10 or 12, propped up against a wall, and that he heard skin-on-skin smacking sounds. McQuarrie says he closed a locker loudly to indicate he was there. Earlier today, jurors heard disturbing testimony from an 18-year-old who says Sandusky repeatedly molested him starting when he was a boy. The teenager testified Sandusky began getting more physical with him during sleepovers, contact that eventually led to oral sex. He told the hushed courtroom, "I didn't know what to do. With all the thoughts running through my head, I just kind of blacked out. I didn't want it to happen. I kind of froze." "Did you tell your mom?" asked the prosecutor. "No." "Did you tell anyone?" "No." "Did you tell him to stop?" "No. I was embarrassed and confused and didn't know what to do." Eventually, the accuser told a school counselor about the years of molestation, but the teen testified that at first the counselor didn't believe him, saying Sandusky had a heart of gold. On tense cross-examination, Sandusky's defense attorney tried to show the teen changed his story and that his testimony now is more detailed than what he originally told authorities and the grand jury. Defense attorneys want to prove the accusers are trying to benefit financially from the case. Manuel Gallegos, CBS News, Bellefonte, Pennsylvania.
United Nations officials warn the violence in Syria is escalating. An UN report accuses government troops of torturing children and using them as pawns in the fight against rebel forces. Monica Villamizar reports from London.
Huge explosions hit the Syrian town of Homs. Activists say government forces are intensifying their assault. CBS video shows the devastation in the area after many months of fighting. This woman says a missile fired from an army helicopter destroyed her house. "Look what's happening here," she yells. "Are we not people?" A report from the United Nations accuses Syrian troops of putting children on tanks to prevent rebels from firing back. The U.S. State Department warned generals who use youngsters as human shields will be punished. The ceasefire the UN brokered nearly 2 months ago has done little to stop the violence. UN peace envoy Kofi Annan is asking governments with influence over President Bashar Assad to twist arms to stop the conflict.
What we need to do is get the parties to respect the plan and implement the plan. The problem ain't the plan. The problem is implementation of the plan.
Rebels are claiming some victories against the Assad regime. This commander proudly displayed Russian missiles and 3 prisoners he says they seized from a military base. While world leaders warn of a civil war in Syria, some say it's already underway. Monica Villamizar, CBS News.
President Obama's Attorney General faced angry questions and calls for his resignation on Capitol Hill Tuesday. The issue is top secret information leaked to the press and how the Justice Department is handling the investigation. Randall Pinkston reports.
The Attorney General, on the hot seat before the Senate Judiciary Committee, defended his decision to use U.S. attorneys to investigate leaks of highly classified information.
I have great faith in the abilities and the integrity of these 2 gentlemen.
But Republican Senator Lindsey Graham insisted Attorney General Eric Holder should have appointed an outside counsel.
But Senator, I think you're missing something here.
I think you're missing something here. I think you're missing the fact that this is a very big deal. And you're handling in a way that creates suspicions where they should not be.
Committee Chairman Patrick Leahy and other Democrats defended Holder.
Before we prejudge what these U.S. attorneys are going to do, let's see how they do.
The leaks to reporters involved secret information about Iran's nuclear program and operations against terrorists, in contrast to Holder's other battle with congressional Republicans over a controversial illegal weapons program called Fast and Furious.
You've got one program that's been an embarrassment to the administration, and it's been like pulling teeth to get information about Fast and Furious, who knew what and when.
House Republicans want to take a vote to hold the Attorney General in contempt of Congress. Holder has offered to sit down and negotiate with them before that happens.
I've extended my hand, and I'm waiting to hear back.
Some Republicans called on Holder to resign, but the Attorney General said he believes he has the confidence of the President. Randall Pinkston, CBS News,